The power of the mind and the concept of reality. Have you ever stopped to reflect on what defines the reality you live in? What is real after all? And more importantly, what is the difference between creating a new reality and simply repeating the old experiences and patterns we already know? In this video, we will explore the fine line between the past and the future, what the laws of quantum physics can teach us about it, and how spirituality helps us understand the power of the mind to recreate or create realities. What's going on in your mind right now? Believe it or not, you are constantly creating your reality, even when it seems like you are just living out what has already happened. The human mind possesses immense, often underestimated power. Every thought, every emotion, and even every deeply rooted belief has the ability to shape our external world. What many people don't realize is that for the most part, we are simply repeating patterns. We repeat the same responses, the same emotional reactions, and often the same behaviors without even realizing we're trapped in a continuous loop from the past. This mechanism can be explained by quantum physics, where reality is not fixed and immutable, but fluid and mutable, depending on observation and intention. The famous quote by Albert Einstein, "The mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size," reflects the first step in breaking this repetitive cycle. Now you might ask yourself, what is stopping our minds from projecting a new reality? And if we are creators, why do we continue to attract the same experiences? The answer, as we will see, lies in the invisible limit that separates the future from the past, where the mind, despite all its power, continues to be influenced by past experiences, creating the illusion that the future is simply a continuation of what we have already lived. But what if you were able to break this limit? What would happen if you made a conscious decision to create rather than recreate? It is crucial to understand that the mind is both a creator and a recreator. But how do we know if we are creating something new or just repeating old patterns? True creation involves a shift in consciousness that transcends the automatism of repetitive thinking. The key lies in intention. By understanding how our thoughts shape what we experience, we can realize that by creating something new, we are indeed altering the very structure of the reality around us. However, by recreating, we are simply recycling what has already been. So the first reflection I offer you, the viewer, is, which reality are you creating now? Are you truly creating something new, or are you simply repeating old patterns? Comment below, as your participation is crucial for us to understand together the invisible mechanisms that shape our life experiences. Quantum physics and the creative mind. Quantum physics has revolutionized our understanding of reality. It shows that the world around us is not as solid and immutable as it seems. Instead, reality is made up of probabilities, energies, and infinite possibilities that can manifest in various ways. Unlike classical physics, where particles are treated as predictable, fixed objects, quantum physics suggests that, at a fundamental level, everything is energy and vibration, and that the observation and intention of an observer can alter this reality. But how does this apply to the human mind and the concept of creating or recreating? In fact, quantum physics suggests that every thought is a form of energy that can interact with the quantum field, influencing reality in ways we do not yet fully understand. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, which states that we cannot simultaneously know both the position and velocity of a particle precisely, teaches us that reality is not fixed, and that in fact, there is a fundamental indeterminacy in the universe. It is in this space of uncertainty that the human mind exerts great power. When you decide to create something new, you are in fact interacting with this quantum field and opening up a space of possibilities that were previously unavailable to you. However, if you keep repeating the same beliefs and patterns from the past, you are only reinforcing the probabilities that have already been established in your mind and energy field. The key lies in how you direct your attention and intention. The human brain, in its complexity, is like a frequency receiver, and what we focus on tends to manifest more consistently in our reality. So, the question you need to ask yourself is, which frequency are you tuning into in your life? One way to break the cycle of repeating the past and create a new reality is to use practices like meditation and creative visualization. These tools allow you to access a state of greater presence and awareness, where you can direct your thoughts and emotions to intentionally create the future you want. Science has shown that when we focus on what we want, rather than on what we fear or wish to avoid, we can open up new possibilities and create new realities. This is one of the most powerful lessons from quantum physics. The future is not predetermined. It is a reflection of what you are creating in the present moment. Now, I invite you to reflect. How are you using the power of your mind? Are you creating a new future, or are you staying stuck in the memories of the past? What do you want to create in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments, as your reflection could be the key to understanding how we can apply quantum physics to transform our realities. Spirituality and the process of conscious creation. Now, let's expand this reflection to spirituality. Many spiritual traditions from different cultures teach us that we are creators and that we have the ability to shape our reality with the power of our consciousness and intention. However, this conscious creation requires us to transcend the conditioning of the past, the fears and the limiting beliefs we've inherited. Spirituality invites us to enter a state of balance and harmony, allowing us to access our true essence, that part of us that is connected with the infinite, with the universe, and with the quantum field. When we talk about creating or recreating, we are dealing with two fundamental aspects of spirituality: the ego and the soul. The ego is often the part that keeps us tied to the past, making us repeat old patterns, while the soul is our deepest essence, which knows and desires to create a new reality. True creation occurs when we are able to listen to the voice of our soul, the voice that guides us toward our highest expression of potential. However, the ego often fears the new and tries to keep us in a comfort zone, repeating what is already familiar, even if it doesn't lead us anywhere. The process of conscious creation, then, is a process of transcending the ego and reconnecting with the soul. This can be done through spiritual practices like meditation, yoga, mantras, and even through living a life more aligned with our deepest values. The key is detachment. When we detach from the past and make room for the new, we are in fact creating a new reality. The awareness that we are spiritual beings and creators of our own destiny is the foundation for awakening our true creative potential. And this, my friends, requires courage. Here's a question for you. How can you detach from the memories and patterns that are hindering your conscious creation? What do you need to let go of so that the new can emerge in your life? Think about this and share your answers in the comments. Together, we can learn how to break the invisible barriers that limit us. The invisible limit between the past and the future. Now that we understand the quantum physics and spirituality behind creation, let's address the invisible limit between the past and the future. This limit is often invisible to us, but it is present in every moment of our lives. It is formed by the beliefs, memories, and emotions we carry from the past, and these influence how we see the future. But what if this limit wasn't as immutable as we think? What if it were, in fact, possible to break this limit and create an entirely new future, free from the constraints of the past? To do this, a deep process of self-exploration and awareness is required. The first step is recognizing that what you believe to be your future is actually an extension of your past. This happens because we often project our past experiences into the future, unaware that we are living in a vicious cycle. But as quantum physics teaches us, the future is not predetermined. It is an open possibility waiting to be created with our consciousness. The secret to breaking this invisible limit lies in the power of presence. When we are able to stay in the present moment, free from projections of the past and expectations of the future, we can create something truly new. The human mind, when focused on the now, has the ability to alter the course of reality. The future begins to unfold from the clarity of the present moment. Therefore, to create something new, we must learn to be fully present, free from conditioning, limiting beliefs, and fears. And have you ever wondered which patterns from the past are limiting your vision of the future? Which beliefs need to be let go of so that you can live a life free from the chains of the past? Reflect on this and share your thoughts in the comments. Conclusion: create or recreate? We've reached the end of this journey. The big question remains: are you creating or recreating your reality? The choice is in your hands. The power of the human mind is limitless, but what are you doing with that power? Are you repeating the patterns of the past, or are you creating something new, vibrant, and transformative? The decision lies in every thought, every emotion, and most importantly, in your actions. There are no real limits to what you can create, except those you impose on your own mind. Break the barriers of the past and open yourself to the infinite possibilities the future has to offer. The mind is the field where reality manifests, and you are the creator. Finally, I invite you to reflect deeply. What reality do you want to create from now on? Leave your answers in the comments and share with those who are also seeking to break the invisible limits between the past and the future.